Are Fender taking the P? In today's episode, we're checking out an £8,000 Fender Masterbuilt Stratocaster. It's got a super heavy relic, hand-wound pickups, and it costs as much as a used BMW. So in today's episode, we're going to be arguing whether this guitar is worth the £8,000 or not. So without further ado, let's get straight into this Squealing Pig Guitars video. Hello guitarists, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury drum machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Ben Keightley, and in today's episode we're looking at another extremely expensive Fender Masterbuilt guitar. Of course, here at Squealing Pig Guitars, our main mission is to find the best guitars in the world, so we'll be rating this Fender Masterbuilt Dale Wilson on 3 aspects. Number 1, aesthetic. Number 2, playability and tone. And number 3, value and resale value. So let's not dawdle any further and get straight into this review of this Fender Custom Shop Masterbuilt Dale Wilson Stratocaster.
Oh yeah.
So let's open up the case and see what we've got inside. Such a beautiful guitar. I always love opening up these Fender Custom Shop guitars. Got a lovely kind of yellow amber interior on this case, on this G&G case. But what a spectacle. This guitar looks incredible. Obviously a super heavy relic, Dale Wilson 61 Stratocaster. Let's see what we get in the case. So of course we get the leather bound booklet. This has your certificate of authenticity in it and your floor traveler, which goes around with the guitar in the factory. Moving on, we have some pamphlets and the ashtray for the strap bridge. We have the whammy belt, which we'll be keeping out for the tone demo. And finally, we have the 2019 Custom Shop catalog if you'd like to order another one after buying this. So that is everything that comes with this very bougie Dale Wilson Masterbuilt guitar. So now it's time for the daylight test. Let's see what this guitar looks like outside of the studio. Let's go.
So it's actually raining here in England today, so it's very overcast, not very nice, but we'll still do the daylight test. I'm just going to open the door.
So guitarists, now it's time to go over the specs of this Dale Wilson Masterbuilt Stratocaster. So let's start off with the construction and the model name. This is the 61 Stratocaster Ultra Relic. It was completed in 2019, and it's basically got an older body on this one, maple neck, and a rosewood fingerboard. In terms of construction of the rosewood, it is a slab board on this one, so you get that big piece of rosewood, and then we have the clay dots. So on the spec sheet, it says this guitar is finished in vintage white, and that's exactly what it looks like. It is quite yellowed in areas. It looks like it has like a nicotine wash over it. I think a better name for this finish would be burnt marshmallow. It has that kind of slight yellow hue at the bottom. It looks a little bit like a burnt marshmallow, especially with the really nice grain-filled alder underneath it. The relicing on this is sublime. The checking is phenomenal. If I put it in the B camera, you can really see the attention to detail with darkening the wood underneath, all the little scratches, stuff underneath the tremolo cavity. I really love the way this guitar looks. I think this is one of the best relics I've seen. What I love about Dale Wilson's is that he always uses this really dark lacquer on the headstock and where the neck kind of attaches to the body. For me, that color is so much more premium than just kind of standard maple, so I love that look. It's such a staple. It almost looks like roasted maple, but then obviously as the finish gets worn off, you can see it's just plain maple. There is a little bit of flaming in this, but it's nothing too crazy. It's not like the bird's eye one we saw the other day. Then on the front, as I mentioned, we have a really dark piece of rosewood. I love how Dale Wilson kind of rolls the edges of the fretboard, changes the playing experience, really taking this guitar into kind of master level. Then of course we've got the normal Fender headstock, string tree, 6-in-line vintage tuners, and on the back obviously we'll have a little Dale Wilson logo. We have the standard kind of Dale Wilson appointments. You have the 10% taper split on the pots. These are the hand-wound Fat 60s pickups. These pickups to my ear sound incredible. I much prefer them to the Texas Specials that were in the previous Dale Wilson. I like the Fat 60s because you can clean them up really nicely, and for me it's that Stratocaster tone that I have in my head. You can get the Hendrix, the Stevie Ray Vaughan, get the Jeff Beck. It's a very kind of versatile sound. In terms of neck shape, we have a 65 Strat C. We've got a 9.5 inch radius and we've got 21 frets. And that fret wire is the 6105 fret wire. So putting all that into context, I'm going to give this guitar a 9 out of 10 for aesthetics. I love the relicking, I love the dark tin, it's really, really nice. Not really much to complain about really, it's one of the most beautiful guitars I've seen. The one thing I'd change, or one critique, is I'd want a little bit more figuring in my maple, or something just to make it a little bit more unique. Obviously these are master built, they're incredibly expensive guitars, coming in over £10,000 brand new. So I'd like to see a little bit of flair somewhere. As much as it's an awesome guitar, it's not too different to the other super relics you see out there. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for the Dale Wilson. Now let's move on to the tone test. Okay guitars, it's time for the tone demonstration. So I'm plugged into my 2-Rock Bloomfield drive, this time on the clean setting, because I really want you to hear the lovely nuance of these pickups. This is a very simple section of the video. I'm basically just going to go through each pickup selection so you can hear how they sound. Lovely sounds like neck pickup, really balanced, takes dynamics really nicely. Let's hear. Middle position. And position 2, which is the Martin Knopfler position. So guys, that is the end of the tone demonstration. I have to say this guitar is such a versatile instrument, but we're going to put it to its true test in the gig test. So let's go there now. So guitarists, welcome to the gig test, my favorite part of these videos. In this gig test, we'll be doing a feedback test, we'll do a riff and shred test, and then finally we'll do in the mix test so we can hear how this guitar sounds with other instruments. As the amp is gig level, I will be wearing ear protection for the sake of my ears, so let me just put them in now. So let's start off on the bridge pickup, let's see how much noise we're getting. Let's face the amp. definitely has some nice feedback, not over the top, you can still play, and even though it's single coil pickups, they're not too noisy in my opinion. Now let's do some shred. So guys, I can confirm that this guitar is an absolute beast. Whether you're playing shred, blues, rock, it can do it all. It's an absolute versatile machine. So I'm very impressed so far. It performs very well in a live environment. Now let's see what it sounds like in the mix. So guitarists, now it's time to talk about the value of this Dale Wilson Masterbuilt. We all know these are incredibly expensive guitars, so let's talk about it and let's come to the conclusion whether Fender are taking the piss or not. So obviously, Dale Wilson guitars are some of the best Fender custom shop guitars in my opinion. Him and Levi Perry seem to really be setting the standard. They're extremely artistic in the way that they make their models. Obviously Dale Wilson's probably more traditional, Levi Perry's obviously adding more effects to his guitar. In terms of a brand new price, these Dale Wilsons normally go for about £10,999. That's kind of the one we saw on Peach Guitars when I was researching for this video. We're selling this guitar for just under £8,000. It's £7,999. So you got £1 change out of £8,000. But for that money, obviously you're expecting a perfect instrument. And this guitar performs incredibly well. It's built very well. I love the way it looks. And for me, if you bought this guitar, you wouldn't need another one. If you're a gigging professional or you're a studio musician, you really can't go wrong with a Strat. And if a Strat's your thing, then you're never gonna want another one. This is one of the best ones you can get. Value is always a hard thing to rate on this channel because it's so subjective. Personally, I wouldn't be able to afford £8,000 for a guitar, so it's out of my realm of possibility. But if I did have them funds available to me, I would definitely buy this guitar. It's an incredible guitar. It plays so nicely and it brings stuff out of my playing that other instruments don't. A bit like that Dale Wilson that I played on Monday. Monday. Let's talk about resale value. So if you buy this second hand from us, I believe you'd be able to keep your money pretty easily. Where you lose money with Masterbuilts is when you buy them brand new. Say if you buy them for £10,000, then there is inevitably going to be a bit of a drop off. It's just like buying a new car. However, if you buy one second hand, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to keep your money. If nothing drastic happens to the economy, I'm sure these guitars will hold their value very, very well. So for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for value. That's purely because it's such an expensive guitar, but I do think they have good resale value and the product you're getting is absolutely sublime, so I can't really complain about the value there. Say 8 out of 10. And finally, let me answer the question, do I think Fender are taking the piss? That's the title of today's video. I really don't think they are. I know some of you guys will disagree in the comment section below, thinking it's ridiculous, £8,000 for a guitar, but if you've played them, you'll know how amazing these guitars are. They do feel different from the classic Fender custom shop guitars as much as they are really good. These feel handmade, really nice and rounded frets. Yes, they're expensive for what they are. I really do think the phrase, you get what you pay for, applies here. This guitar not only looks amazing, but it sounds amazing. It's I didn't have to retune it at all. It's got them incredible pickups in it, and I love the look of it. And obviously when we play guitar, it's not just about how it feels, it's also about how it looks and how it resonates with your body. It's a relationship with the guitar, so it's a big deal. So in my opinion, Fender aren't taking the piss. Yes, it's an expensive guitar, but I think it's worth every single one of them pounds if it makes you play in the way that you want to play. So that is my conclusion from today's video. I love this guitar. So we better total up the results and see what the final score is for this Fender Dale Wilson Masterbuilt. So guitarists, that's the end of this Squealing Pig Guitars video. I really hope you've enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section below, do you like this Dale Wilson or do you think Fender are taking the Also, make sure to hit the hype points button and hit the like button. And finally, if you're not subscribed to Squealing Pig Guitars, join the SPG crew by hitting that subscribe button. YouTube tells us that 75% of you guys are subscribed that watch these videos. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be a part of the Squealing Pig Guitars crew. We upload daily videos about the best guitars in the world. So if you're a guitar fan, you have to be subscribed to Squealing Pig. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. So let's get down to business, let's total up the results. So for aesthetics, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I have to say, I love the way that Dale Wilson finishes his guitars. They have that super heavy relic, the dark tint on the headstock, and this finish looked almost like burnt marshmallow. It was beautiful. Aspect number 2, playability and tone, it got a 10 out of 10. This has to be one of the best Stratocasters I've ever played. I think it actually is better than the Masterbuilt I played on Monday. For value, I gave it an 8 out of 10. So the final score for the Dale Wilson is 9 out of 10. That result will be going on the squeal board. If you'd like to check out the squeal board, hit the link down below. But as always guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. This week's been really fun with all the guitars that we've got in. Obviously it is Friday today, so I hope you all have a safe weekend, enjoy some music, have a good time, and I'll see you on Monday for another one. But until then, keep rocking guys. I'll see you soon.